Okay, good morning everyone. My name's Mr. Gary Evans. I'm an examiner for IB Extended Essay, in particular World Studies. I think it's a fascinating choice, and I just want to go through 6 of the topics and the criteria, a brief analysis or a brief understanding of why I think you should choose it. So the 6 topics will speak for themselves. So you've got science, technology and society, culture, language and identity, conflict, peace and security, equality, inequality, health, development, environmental or economic sustainability. Over to the other side, this is common to all the extended essays, which is the criteria. And I'm going to show you how to get a simple pass. So taking the 5 criteria. Criteria A is your research question. Now you need to get into this as quickly as possible. Now in particular for World Studies, it's a multidiscipline approach. What that means is you have to take 2 subjects. I would recommend only taking 2 and not 3, not dipping into other subjects, because it waters down criteria C, which we'll get onto in a bit. And now it must be a local, something local, of local significance, which manifests into a global problem from each one of those 6 titles. So your research question, to what effect, cause and effect, does something happen, does something cause locally, which could manifest into something larger? 6 marks. In those 6 marks, in that research question, you must also include a title and the word count. And important about the word count, it's only 4,000 words. And you shouldn't go over that. Footnotes and referencing does not count as part of that. But if it's in text referencing, then it will count as part of that. So with the research question, to what effect, that must be tight. And I wouldn't spend no more than probably about 300 to 400 words. So in your research question, in that 6, that will include your introduction. And a mistake that a lot of students make is that the introduction then starts to go into criterion C, which is your analysis, your modelling. This is where you've collected your data and you start to analyse your data and start to look at what these cause and effect problems are. So very important with criterion A that you keep your introduction and your main analysis separate. Criterion B then, 6, these are the tools. These are the tools that you select from your 2 multidiscipline subjects. So if you're doing, let's say, mathematics and English, then you will say which tools that you are going to use in order to analyse your data. Your methodology, again, just backtracking, will be in criterion A. So these 6 marks just for simply using the correct tools for the job. Then the most difficult part is C. Now this is where the C's, B's and A's in extended essay happen. And it is quite difficult to get above a 5 unless you've done some good research, some good surveys, some good interviews. 4 in D's, so this is your presentation. Now, I would suggest this is probably one of the easier criteria, as long as everything is spelled right, correctly, you've got your paragraphs, you've got your referencing, and you've got your bibliography in order, alphabetical order. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to get a 4 in that. So just quickly going through that, if you're getting a 3 for criterion A, a 3 for criterion B, let's say 4 for criterion C, so that's 10, and D, you've got full marks for your presentation already, you're into 14 marks. 3, 6, 10, 14, yeah, okay. So we move swiftly on to criterion E, which is your reflection and your planning. My tip that I give to all my students is you must have some sort of log where you date things, you discuss with your supervisor, and you can therefore, when you're writing up your reflection spaces, your 3 reflections, then you can refer back to that log, and that shows reflection, it shows engagement, and it's a separate section which has been a focus really of this year's extended essays. And again, if you engage in your extended essay thoroughly and properly and show that you have listened and met with your supervisor, it should be another area where you should be able to get full marks. So that takes your 14 up to 20. So a lot of this is about preparation and planning, listening to your supervisors, and that should get you at least into a C. There is more to that, and I would advise that you do have a copy of the extended essay document with you, and make sure that you are writing to the criterion. I hope that helps. It is a brief introduction, and I would thoroughly recommend choosing one of the World Studies titles. Okay, thank you.